Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. All right. We are back. What a lovely Saturday evening it is. Hope everybody's had a beautiful week. We are ready to get down to business. Once, of course, I get through my typical shameless self-promotion. All right. What a lovely Saturday it shall be. All right. Oh. All right. Just about done here. All right. Oh, give a little bit of time to get some folks in here, and we shall begin. Get some hydration going. Hello, happy Saturday. Always lovely to see your face, Kate, even though, as always, I can't see your fucking face. Let's see what we're drinking tonight. Strawberry kiwi. That's what we're drinking tonight. Ugh. Oh, lordy lord. Your boy is exhausted. All right, your boy is tired. It's been a long day, so we're gonna get as much as we can done. But I's a sleepy boy, so we'll see how it goes. I do want to get that Switch done. I got the part that we were missing in the mail today, so I do want to get that done for sure. And I do have a PS5 HDMI for a customer that I have to get knocked out, so we can do that on stream. And I mean, you guys have seen plenty of them by this point, so I won't go through the whole process of breaking it down and doing a whole lot of commentary on it. I'll just get it knocked out. And I still have a box of controllers to work through. So maybe we'll get some controllers going and get what's it called? Uh, some stick drift issues taken care of and things like that. It's tired. It's real tired. Excuse me. But it's all good. The holidays approach, and yeah, it's gonna be a long rest of the month. But just because I'm tired doesn't mean the work stops. Work don't stop for nothing. So, we in. All right. So as usual, we give a little time, let some people get in here, and we'll get everything going from there. Tidy up my workspace a bit here. Gotta wash this mat again. I just washed the damn thing, and now I gotta wash it again. Get things a little tidied up while we wait for some folks to pop in and say hello. There we go. Alright, that's at least a little bit better. Just the tiniest bit better. Tidy that screen up a bit too before we get into too much here. Now, good thing is I don't think I'm actually going to have to take the board out of the chassis for the repair that I need to do today, so we should be a-okay on that front. Well, maybe we do. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I don't think I should have to. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. But we are staying hydrated, that's for damn sure. Salud. Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, big stretch. Big stretches. Alright. Just hang out for a little bit longer. Give a little time for some folks to pop on in. We'll probably give it like 3 or 4 more minutes, and we'll get going on everything. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to. Well, let's take a look real quick while we're waiting. Let's see. So, oh, hello. So, that's what we're working with. So, what I'm thinking is, where the hell are my tweezers? Here's some of them. That'll do for now. What I'm thinking is I can probably just put a little flux down and use my soldering iron to remove these metal joints right here from the old coil. But my question is, I think what I can probably do is get some flux when I put the new coil down and put the heat on it, and then kind of slide solder under here to help it bond with the pad. I think that should be okay. I don't think I should have to take the whole board out and use hot air or anything. It should be fine. Should be fine. We'll find out, but it should be. I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. And we did testing last time. The charging port itself was totally fine. We checked around M92. Yeah, we checked around this whole area right here. There was no shorts anywhere. Nothing shorted to the CPU cap, anything like that. It was just this coil that was bad. Hey, Chris, good to see you, brother. It was just this coil that broke that was bad. That's actually very imperative to the whole charging circuit, which I did not know ahead of time. So one of the viewers in chat actually was kind enough to point that out, that coil is actually quite important. So so what we'll do is we'll get the flux onto this area right here, and we'll use our soldering iron to heat up the area enough for the solder to melt, and we'll just pull these metal terminals off right here, and then we'll put the new coil on, and then we'll probably just flood the area with flux, and then slide solder in under here, and then slide solder in under here to bond with the area of the new coil. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. But again, we're going to give a little bit, probably another minute or two here, let some folks get in, and we will get started. I'm really hoping I don't have to take this out of the chassis. I don't think I do, but we'll see. If I have to, I have to, but I don't think I have to. Oh, it's going to be a lovely Saturday night of streaming and repairs, and hopefully a laugh or two. We shall see. All right, so probably about 30-45 seconds we'll go ahead and get things going here. Appreciate everybody's patience, and it's going to be a good stream. We'll have a good time. All right, hell with it. My anxiousness is getting the best of me. I want to get this going. We're going right now. We're doing it live. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and start by getting the old metal terminals off where the coil used to be. So I'll just put a little bit of flux there, and a little bit right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my soldering iron and just heat up the area where the solder is until the solder wants to melt enough to remove that terminal. There we go, just like that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Go. And what we'll do is we'll tin up those pads real quick. Where did I put my solder? My solder has vanished. Ah, shit. Oh, there we go. Alright. So, come in while it's still got some flux on there. Just tin up the pad. Get some nice shiny flux on, or shiny solder on there. The same thing here. There we go. All right. And we'll grab our new coils. Coil packaging wants to be difficult, which I do not appreciate. There we go. We're just going to try and plop it down. Okay, there we go. Alright, and what we'll do is we're going to lay it down right where it's going to need to be installed. And what I'm gonna try to do, stuck in a system. I have run into that before. Stuck in a system software update loop. Is it a disk version or digital? Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is come in here and heat up the solder enough to where the coil will sit properly. Grab the coil. I don't like how awkwardly angled that is. There we go. Come back in on this side. Is this a customer's console or one you bought from eBay? Alright, so that should be seated pretty well down. I'm going to come in with just a little bit of flux. Just tidy up that solder joint. Alright, so now that new coil is installed, I'm going to put a little alcohol in this cotton swab and we're going to tighten it up a little bit, get it all nice and clean. And then what we'll do is we'll plug the battery back in and plug an ammeter in and just make sure that it's charging the way it's supposed to. Oh, did that just move? Alright, why is that moving? I don't like that that's moving. That's not supposed to be moving. Hang on. That is not correct. Okay. Why is that not seated properly? Well, let's fix up that solder joint real quick. Yeah, that wasn't sitting properly at all. Console was in rest mode during storm. Multiple power surges, took out SAP, and then had that issue. I mean, shot in the dark is the. It could be the disk drive motherboard. Yeah, it could be the disk drive motherboard got fried from the storm. If that's the case, then I mean you just got yourself a brick, man. Because there's, well, that's not necessarily no. Because yeah, that's if it took out the main chip on the disk drive board, then it's never going to update. It'll never recognize the disk drive, and it could be fried. If you already replaced the SSD controller, you can try maybe reflashing the BIOS on it, but is it giving you any kind of an error code when you try to update it? Okay. All right. I feel better about that. Not 100% better, but better. All right. Tidy up that flux. All right. So now with that secure, let's grab our ammeter. Let's move this to a point that I can actually plug the ammeter in. Oh, we got to plug the battery in too. Let's make sure the battery is indeed plugged in. All right, there we go. Okay, so now the ammeter is in. All right, let's have a look-see, shall we? Let me. so let's see here. 101.3375. All right, so there's your update. All right, so there's a video here of a guy that fixed the error. Also, there is this guy with the USB-C. I don't know what the PD controller is. Maybe power dynamic or power diverter controller. There was no power to the USB-C port, and it wouldn't reset. So yeah, I mean, this could be the problem. I'll put this link in chat. This way you can pull it up, and hopefully it'll solve the issue for you. There's that video. And let's check out the other one, 101.601-9. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, it never came to be here. So, it sounds like. Have you tried to manually update it with the USB? Because if it's not recognizing the USB, it could be that USB-C, the USB-C, what's it called? Power diverter chip. I don't know which one that is, but it could be that it's not recognizing the USB, and that's why it's failing, especially with the lightning strike. Okay. So we now have our ammeter in. Let's get a good look at it. All right, so we replaced the coil, and now we are going to plug our power source into our ammeter and see if we have anything other than, I think last time we had 0.03 was the reading. So let's try here. Well, still sitting at 0.03. However, this thing was dead for quite some time. So maybe we let it sit for a minute or two here and see if it decides it wants to try and charge. Just let it sit for a moment, and let's see if we can get a decent charge on this thing. So while we're letting that charge, again, we did get the new coil installed. I think I might come in with just a little bit of hot air at a very low airspeed and just kind of let that thing flow into place a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily seated properly. So actually I'm going to pull my ammeter out now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use some hot air here at a very low airflow speed because it is still in the chassis. So we're going to put a little bit of flux. And I'm going to come in. Yeah, we're going to come into like 30% airflow at 400 degrees. We're going to try and flow this down into place because I don't think it's seated properly just from what I attempted to do. Let's go ahead and unplug the battery real quick here. There we go. I am also going to put some Kapton down on some of these more sensitive areas before I get started here. We'll do it smart. Come in with some Kapton. I'm going to Kapton around the area of the chassis where I'm working as well, just to minimize any risk. All right. Risk is officially minimized. Let's go ahead and turn on our air. I'm going to let it get to temperature before I go right in there. And here we go. As long as as long as the 030 doesn't use the CXD 90070 SSD, it should still be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and get this Kapton off. Alright, so that is now moved more into place. Let's see if it still wants to move. Yeah, it's still trying to move. And I don't understand why. I might actually have to take it out of the chassis. I really hope I was hoping I wouldn't have to. But if I have to, I have to. Let's get the ammeter on there one more time. Let's get the battery plugged in first and foremost. Yeah, and no change. No change at all. Alright, yeah, we're going to have to take it out of the chassis. That is unfortunate, but that's the way that it goes. Okay. Alright, well, not what we wanted to see, but fair enough. We'll take the board out. Alright. So, first things first, I have to get the proper screw size on here, because otherwise this will do absolutely nothing. That's a Y bit. I need a small Phillips. Is this my small Phillips? It should do. Alright. So I'm going to take off this heat sink first and foremost. Alright, with that should just pop right off. There we go. Put that off to the side for the time being. Oh, all these ribbon cables. It's a nightmare. Oh, you know what? I don't know if that battery cable is fully seated. That could be why we were getting nothing on the ammeter. Hang on. Yeah, that battery cable came up way too easy. Let's try it now. Nope. Still nothing. Alright. Figured it was worth a shot just in case maybe I screwed up somewhere. Check the other side, just for argument's sake. Double check a different charging cable just to make sure. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, wait, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, it was my cable. Ah, I see, said the blind man to his deaf wife who wasn't listening anyway. Aha, okay. Good thing we didn't just take this whole thing apart. I would have been really upset. Okay, so allow me a moment, if you will. Okay. Try and get a better angle on it here. Okay, so I was using a smaller voltage cable. However, I guess I'm going to have to move this over a bit. Hang on. Okay, however, I do have a correct cable, and when plugging in the correct cable, we have fast charging, 0.39. 0.39 amp draw. That is what we are supposed to have. Also, we have a charging signal. Ah, very interesting. Okay, good. That is excellent. Okay, so that coil did in fact work. And let's just flip it around real quick. Make sure we're getting it on both sides. Yep, there it goes. How about that? Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful. Boy, I'm so glad I tested that before I took this whole thing apart. I hate taking these apart. Excellent. That is beautiful. Alright, well, we can reinstall the heatsink that we just took off. Because that is as far as this disassembly is going to go. Go. That is excellent. Hello, Ashley. Lovely to see you. Always a pleasure. Alright, so let's get the reassembly done here. That is tremendous. Excellent, excellent. I have to remember that I can't use shitty cables and low voltages on these switches. I have to have a high voltage supply. Otherwise it will give me false readings. There we go. Muy excelente. All right. Let me... Let's get ourselves seated properly here. No, you're 100% right. If it's been dead, it won't look like it's charging for the first little bit. I think it has to get kind of like the old iPhones and Androids where even if you plug it in to charge, it's not going to turn on right away. It's got to get to like 2 or 3%. I believe it's the same with the switches. friend here back into place. Okay, there we go. All right. That is excellent. I'm so glad I did not have to take this thing apart. That was going to be a not fun time for me. There we go. Perfect. Right. I think that's all the screw holes. Nope, nope, there's one more. Excellent. Tremendous. Oh. Oh, I'm so glad it wasn't hot. You gotta be careful with that. No burns. Unless otherwise instructed. Alright. Alright, and now I must retrieve the other screws. Perhaps that is not the correct screw. It certainly seemed like the correct screw. But I have been wrong before, and I'll be damned if I won't be wrong again. Yep, that was indeed the wrong screw. Okay, I have found the right screw. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's true. Kitchen staff do be slacking. lock in the other side. I think this should be the last one, at least on this part. Okay, there we go. Alright, and I can never remember if these are the Y-tips or the Phillips heads. Always gotta remember that. I believe that is the Y-tip. And I do still have my Y-tip here, thankfully. Nope, it is not the Y-tip. It is absolutely the Phillips. Hmm. All right. Now this one's being a pain in the butt. Ow. Well, just stabbed myself. That's never a fun time. Okay. Let's try this again. Looks like from the heat, some of the hole closed up a little bit. Not to where it's badly damaged or anything, just gotta kind of work it in there some. Yeah, there we go. It's in there now. It just didn't want to be for a minute. But we're good. All good. And one more here. That's not the correct one. Is this the correct one? No. I don't believe that's it either. Oh no, yeah, it's good. Okay. Alright, and then just the back screws, which those are the ones with the Y bit. Okay, we got there. Well, I've already stabbed myself, so it's too late. But okay, there we go. Like I said, I'm not hugely fond of switches in general. They are not my favorite things to work on. I do take them in on occasion. But given the given the choice, I won't work on them very often. But yeah, it is the holidays, and I try to accommodate customers as best I can, especially when it's there's kids involved and they really want to have their electronics for the holidays and such. And I get that. I remember being a kid myself, wishing I had something to play with when I was at great grandma's house and stuff like that. So there will always be exceptions. Go. And one last one. All right. All tightened down. Just got to fix one thing real quick. All right, there we go. I'm going to take a... well, I'm going to put the game card that was in there back in there right now before I forget to do that. There we go. All right, and I'm going to take a cloth or a paper towel, whatever I have readily available, and I'm just going to clean that screen up a bit. I don't think I have anything readily available, actually. I surely do not. All right, give me a minute. I'm going to go grab a paper towel real quick. Oh. Well, I apparently just found my Switch charger. I don't know where this came from. Okay. Well, there's the Switch charger here now. Let's plug that in. Ugh. I have no idea where this Switch charger came from. But magically, here it is. Alright, so now I've got a paper towel. Spray it down with some isopropyl alcohol. I'm just going to clean up that screen some. Nice scrubby, minimal scrubby actually, and then come in afterwards with the dry side, just clean up any of the streaks and anything left over. Alright, there we go. That is a beautiful Switch screen. Alright, now that I have my actual Switch charger, let's just make sure that we are still getting the charging signal now that everything's put back together. So plug it in. Now we've got nothing. I literally did nothing different except put it back together. So what could have possibly happened? Maybe let's try and plug it directly into the Switch. Okay, there we go. There's just something with the ammeter. But you can see we do have a charging indicator on the Switch now, so that is all good to go. I'm going to take a picture from my customer. Move this ring light out of the way real quick. Actually, I do have to, this way she knows it's hers and I'm not just randomly putting a another Switch in the picture. There we go. All right. Perfect. All right, that's all she wrote on that one. Oh, you know what? This might actually be the customer's now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know if she gave me one. She might have. But either way, Switch is fixed. That is a beautiful thing. And now we move on. PS5. So this unfortunately is just an HDMI job. I did not test it yet, so let's get that out of the way. Just make sure it turns on. Alright, this repair was booked through my website. If you guys are looking to book a repair, go to roysrepairandresale.com, click on book online. Yeah, okay, so that HDMI port's super loose. Alright, but it does turn on. We've got blue light. You can kind of see. There you go. So, yep, blue light comes on, does turn on. But that HDMI port is super, super loose. So, now that the Switch is fixed, we will swap over to the PS5 and get the HDMI port job done. Once I shut this down, I'm not going to pull the cord on it. Nope. Doing its factory reset. Alright. Shut her down. So we're going to do this quick. I'll just pretty much commentate as I'm going through it. I'll try to make jokes and keep up with chat. You guys have seen me do this quite a number of times now. So I'm just going to rush through it, and we'll get to maybe some controllers and get some stick drift issues taken care of. I got a bunch of controllers to run through, so we'll have some fun. A mixed bag of repairs tonight. Just text my customer real quick. Let her know her Christmas is saved. Actually, I should let that charge for a while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Let me plug that switch in. It'd be nice for her to have the ability to use it when she gets home. So we'll let it charge up for a while. The Roy that saved Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Alright, perfect. Text is sent. Alright, here we go. I'm going to move this camera down here because this is where I always do all of my unscrewing. So I am just going to run through this as quickly as possible. It's in pretty good shape. Although I do see some mild indications of possible roach infestation. Possible. Not completely sure. Alright. So if anything interesting on this comes up, I'll let you know, but I don't think it's going to be anything interesting. So, in the meantime, over the next few days, I am going to attempt to purchase a few broken consoles on eBay and try and get them here before Christmas. If I can do so, I will be fixing them, and yeah, to the best of my ability, of course, and I will put them for sale on my website at bare bottom dollar pricing, just as a holiday special kind of thing, just as a thank you to everybody who watches these videos and kind of supports me and comes through and stuff. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to try and give back a little bit this year, and just pretty much get them fixed and get them new homes with minimal profit to kind of give back for the Christmas spirit. But we'll see. It depends on what's available on eBay right now. I did find a screen for that Switch OLED that had the screen issues, so I do want to try and get that ordered probably tomorrow. And hopefully I can have that for the stream before Christmas and get that working. There we go. Alright, the customer already responded as well, so that's fantastic. She'll be by tomorrow to come pick that up. Yeah. I see no evidence of friends, so I think we're in the clear. Alright. Alright, so go ahead and pop out this disk drive. Like I said, I'm just going to rush through this. You guys have seen me do these a million times. I'm just going to get it over with because I still have to do it. It is a customer. But in the meantime, we can talk about all kinds of other stuff. Like, what are you guys' plans for the holiday? What strange and interesting things have been going on? What weird music have you gotten into? While I get these 42 screws out, we can talk about whatever the hell you guys want. Within reason. Within reason. Oh, I also did order the replacement Wi-Fi card for that PS5 Slim that we were working on, the eBay special. The first order I put got canceled because the people never shipped it, and I put in another order with another supplier, and those I know have been shipped. So hopefully we should be getting those relatively soon, and we can get that Slim hopefully up and running. Oh, that's awful. Nobody wants to walk around in the rain, especially if it's cold outside. Speaking of which, those of you that live in climates that allow for snow, it does look like it's going to be a white Christmas. So that's very exciting for you guys. Me down here in Florida, I'm going to get like 50-degree weather, which is about as good as it gets for us. So I'm very excited. There we go. Okay. Sure I'm not missing any screws. I tend to miss some from time to time. Does not appear to be the case this time. I did not miss any. Woohoo. Oh, see, I did miss one. Damn it. I said I didn't miss any, and I for sure missed one. I always miss one on these 0300 boards. I always miss a screw. Oh, the OG Game Boy. Oh, wow. Nice, dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I don't work on handhelds very much. It's just tiny components, large hands. It doesn't work for me. Well, hopefully the traveling isn't too bad for you. A single snowflake of snow on the mountain. Absolutely. Ah. Alright, there we go. And let's take out the holding screws. Oh, almost forgot the third holding screw. There we go. Alright. Ribbon cable disconnect. There we go. And on these I have to come in from this side. There we go. And then pop out of the power supply. Bada bing, bada boom. She's out. There we go. Alright, there's our port. It actually doesn't look as pushed back as many of the others that I've seen. We'll have to take a deeper look at this port real quick, just to be sure. Because that port actually looks okay. It was definitely a little loose, but it looks okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, that makes some more sense then. I've seen a whole lot of, especially on Facebook, Facebook Marketplace in my area right now. A lot of the retro consoles are just in market big time, and I don't know if there's like a boom or people are just starting to get rid of them or what, but yeah, they're all over the place now. All right, let's take a look at these legs real quick. Oh yeah, never mind. This is pushback. Okay. Yep. Those legs are loose. Loosey-goosey. Yep. It's always these that are connected to this portion of the pin, too. I hope there's no torn traces. That would suck. Yep. Well, we can fix our ring light now. There we go. Alright, let's grab our hot air gun. I've started doing a new technique where I do not add leaded solder right away. I just let it fall out naturally. So you guys will actually see a little bit of the new technique that I'm using. Actually, you'll see the whole technique. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear you sliced your finger open. Make sure you wrap it up and clean it. Do all the important things. So this part does take a little bit longer with this method, but the rest of it is much quicker. So I'm sacrificing a little bit in the beginning. No gangrenous fingers. There we go. And just give it a little nudge out. Come on. Release. There we go. All right. Now what I'll do though while the board is still nice and warm is I'll come in here with some flux and my soldering iron, and I'll just mix in a bit of leaded solder with the stuff that's already on the board. And just kind of let that bond together while the board is still nice and hot. Go. All right. Give that a quick clean. Now the technique is new for me. I'm sure plenty of you guys do it this way. I've just been experimenting with different ways on how I can speed up the HDMI process, and this has been what's worked for me so far. Alright, no torn traces. That's what I like to see. Alright, there we go. So, not the prettiest traces, but definitely not torn, which is good. So, come in here. Tidy up. Well, it's going to need a little more flux to tidy up. That's fine. Not against a little bit more flux. There we go. Those traces look much better now. And this is ready for a new port, just like that. That shaves probably a good 10 to 15 minutes off my HDMI port swaps. Let's grab a new port. Alright, I'm going to try this again. I've never done it live, but I'm going to try it again. One swipe. Oh, close. Very close. There we go. No bridges. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let me grab my counterbalance weight. AKA my air gun. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back in here, 480, 99% airflow. We're going to heat up the area. We're going to plop our port down. Alright, come in with our port. Let that heat kind of flow around a little bit. And then from here, what I like to do, once the board's all nice and warm, is I'll put just a tiny bit of flux right around the ground legs to help that solder crawl up those legs. Now you can see that solder is really going up there. Looking so shiny and pretty. Alright, come in, put some pressure on it, pull the heat away. Go, and those legs have now solidified. Boom. Job done. Coming with a cotton swab and just tidy up the little bit of flux that's on there. But that is so much quicker and easier than what I was doing before. Plus, I'll show you in a second, those ground legs are much more secure now than they were when I was doing it previously. Don't get me wrong, the other ones are fine. I almost never have customers come back with issues, but this makes me feel better about the security of that port. Like, so we'll come in down a little bit here, and you can see that solder has crawled all the way through to the top. Same thing on the other side, all the way through. So that solder is gripping those legs beautifully. Alright, we can take our counterweight off now. And we'll test our pins real quick. So good. Well, I tested like 4 of them in a row right there. Good, 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 and good. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous solder job. Let's just turn the board around real quick, check the back side, make sure everything looks pretty there. Oh yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Yep. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, let's get her in and get her tested. I won't put it together because nobody really wants to watch a reassembly video. So let's put the board back where she belongs. Go. And let's put in our board screws before I forget, because I always forget. Nope. Yep. Ribbon cables. All right. I was just double checking that switch real quick, and that is still charging beautifully. All right. Black wire goes there. White wire goes there. All right. And put on our APU clamp. There we go. We are just going to reassemble enough to test. There we go. All right, that is enough to test. I always like to spray my HDMI cord with a little bit of alcohol before I put it in. It helps to clear out if there is any flux in there. Helps to clear that out. All right, so turn it on. And what I'm going to do is put you guys to this camera just so we can make sure it turns on and I don't have to mess up my other camera. So it's going to look sideways, but we'll see if it turns on. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Perfect. We'll let that shut down. Bring you guys back down here. All right. We are 2 for 2, baby. Just clearing out and inserting and pulling out the HDMI cord a couple times to help clear out any flux that's in there. All right. So that is good to go. Like I said, I'm not going to put that back together on stream because nobody wants to watch a reassembly video. Well, I mean, there's people out there, but there's millions of them out there. You don't need one from me, all right? You don't need one from me. All right, let's reach into this random box of controllers and pull one out, shall we? Oh, let's see what we got here. We have Navy Blue PS4 controller. Let's see what's wrong with Navy Blue PS4 controller. cable? Where is my other cable? I got too many cables. Alright, let's see what we got. Nope, that's the same cable. I need the other cable. There we go. Other cable. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so let's see what's going on with navy blue PS4 controller, shall we? Alright, we've got charge. Oh. Navy blue PS4 controller seems to be perfectly fine. Interesting. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. There was just the tiniest bit of something there. You want to jump again? No. Maybe not. Maybe I just saw something I didn't. No, it's just. It seems like it's like tiny little jumps. Yeah, right there. You almost saw. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there we go. It took a minute. There it is. Alright. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, so the up-down potentiometer is bad on this one. On the left stick, up-down potentiometer is bad. So, let's fix that then. So. Take out the 4 back screws here. Alright, seems to be the best one. Alright, so take out these 4 screws here. Alright, and with those screws out, we should be able to grab our little tool here and get this front plate pried off. Just got to find where it wants to go in. There we go. There we are. Perfect. Alright. Now there is a ribbon cable back here, so I do need to be careful. Alright, so now I've got it apart. And we'll take our battery out. Take out this little middle screw over here. Move our battery cage. I think we're probably just going to go right to removing these little terminals over here. So I have to remember that these are opposite on this one, so where are we? There we go. Okay. Yeah, so there's no indicator like there is on the PS5 ones, but left side is red-black, right side is black-red. So pop a little bit of flux on there. And boop. And move over to the other side. And we give it a boop. And a little boop. Much boopage to be found. Alright. And then from there, we'll remove this ribbon cable up at the top. Go ahead and pop the board out just a tad bit. There we go. Gives us more space to remove that ribbon cable. And with that, we are free. Alright, move that off to the side for the time being. And we'll take our thumbsticks off. Alright, so if we're looking at it this way, this is the joystick that we are going to be working on, this one right here. So we are on this joystick, and it is the up-down potentiometer, which I believe is this one. So if I move it up and down, yep, that's our potentiometer, that's the problem right there. Alright, so what I do with these is we're going to get this in focus, first of all. I'm going to come in here with the sharp end of my tweezer. We're just going to pry that potentiometer out of the way, away from the rest of the joystick. There we go, just like that. And then we are going to grab our trusty tiny board holder. It has way too much hair on it right now, so we need to give that a quick clean. Okay, here we go. So now with the tiny board holder in place, we can easily and safely work on this little tiny board. So we'll come in, put a little bit of flux around those 3 points on the potentiometer. Maybe more than a little bit. It's fine, whatever works. I will come in here with a bit of leaded solder to mix up. Let that fully mix in together. There we go. So now, when I come in with the wick, that should come up much, much easier. I gotta trim up my wick a little bit here, bear with me. Alright. Alright, so come in with the wick. Try and get as much of that off as we can. Same thing here. Might have to move the wick down a little bit. Whew. Hot wick. Okay. And down to our last one. Okay. And let's take a look at where we are. Alright, so those holes look pretty well cleared. I do need to add a tiny bit of solder back onto these little terminals right here when I connect the bumpers back on. Alright, let's see if we can pull that potentiometer out just as is. Come in underneath, try and wiggle it out. Nope, doesn't want to come out. That's fine. That is what we have hot air for. So for this, I'm coming in at 410 at 60% airflow. And a very targeted airflow. There we go. And it is, there we go, free. Beautiful. Okay. And now we'll clean up a little bit. I'm running low on Q-tips. I gotta get more. Oh. Tidy up the area a little bit there. And as you can see, there is no solder in those holes whatsoever. If I pass my finger underneath, you can see it all the way through, which is beautiful. I'm going to grab a new replacement potentiometer. And we're going to doesn't want to go through for us on this side, so we'll make sure we're getting it lined up properly on the other side. There we go. Alright, so now that we've got it in place, we will push it into the joystick to secure it. There we go, just like that. And as you can see, we have full up and down movement again. Alright, and now we just got to resolder the legs on the new potentiometer. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, tidy up. Solder joints look beautiful. We will put aside the tiny board holder for the time being, but we are ready to reinstall our thumbsticks. and reassemble the controller. There we go. So the ribbon cable is now in place, and I'm just lining up the board with the holes on the controller. Everything is back in its proper spot. Alright. And like I said, we're going to reattach the bumper triggers. So left side is red on top. Just come in here and put a gentle little boop right there. And a little bit of this right here. There we go. And on this one, the red was on the bottom. Black was on top. Okay. I don't like how this red one looks, so I'm going to try and tidy it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Alright, make sure everything's put back in place. And we'll put our battery holder back in its place. Go. So now with that back in its place, this is always the worst part of these. Oh no, put the battery back in. Let's not forget to put the battery in. There we go. Alright. Now for the worst part. Have to slide this little ribbon cable back into its home, and it doesn't like to go home. There we go. That actually went way easier than most of the times I've tried. There we go. Making sure everything gets lined up. Go. Perfect. Put the screws back in. Alright, and where did the final screw run off to? Is this it? It doesn't look like it. I don't think this is the right one, but I'm going to put it in there. Yeah, I guess it is the right one. Interesting. Alright, well, there we go. Fully reassembled. Let's go back to our tester. Alright, and now, if we hold down, move from side to side, no more drift. Drift is gone. Now what I always like to do with these, once I replace a potentiometer or a joystick on them, Nope. Sorry. Hold a moment. Keyboard's giving me the unhappiness. Okay, never mind. I found it. Go to this lovely calibration tool. There we go. Okay, and we connect the wireless controller. Calibrate the center. Top left. Top right. Bottom left. Bottom right. Continue. Calibration's done. Calibrate the stick range. Slowly do the range. Very slowly. Okay. Done. Good. Save changes permanently. Now we go back here. Back to dead center. Back to dead center. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Vibration is good. Excellent. Alright, what time is it? It's 11:45. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I got one more controller in me. If you guys want to see one more controller, hang around. Alright? Put that with the lot of finished. And let's reach into the magical box of controllers and see what we pull out this time. Oh, camo PS4 controller. I have just a box of controllers that I bought from somebody for like $100. It was like 20 controllers in there. Some of them were PS5, some of the new Xbox controllers. I've got all kinds of controllers, so that's what we're working on today. Outside of the Switch, which we already fixed, and the PS5, which is already done. Alright, so let's go to our monitor here. Let's plug in this one and see what issues this one has. That's not the correct one. Alright. Alright, well, we can already see that right stick has some drift. But where? Where is it? Is it the right? Is it pulling to the right? What about down? Yeah, it's got drift pretty much everywhere. Left and right is definitely bad, but there's a lot of drift pretty much all over that controller. Alright. Left stick. Yeah, but it's drifting to the left and right. It's not drifting up and down. I think we can probably fix it with this with just the left-right potentiometer. Left stick appears to be good. Alright, well, yet another stick drift. Let's just test all the other buttons, make sure. Good, excellent. Okay. Alright, more stick drift. God, these stick drift ones are just all over the place. I assume that's why I got them for cheap, but I didn't care. It was a ridiculous haul. I got 2 Xboxes, and like 15 controllers, 15, 20 controllers for like $130. So, alright. So this one's on the right stick, so that's the one we need to work on. So, same thing as last time. And just take out these 4 screws. swear getting these off is the worst. There we go. Okay. Ribbon cable out. We're going to try and speed run this. Speed run! No flux. Just need the board, don't need the whole thing, thank you kindly. Speed run! Alright. Thumbsticks off. This is the one we need, and it's the left-right. The left-right potentiometer, so that's the one I'm going to take off. Go. And bring back our friend the board holder. This one I'm going to have to be real careful with the hot air because it is right by a plastic connector, and an important one at that. Alright, so these are the 3 holes for the potentiometer. We're going to do the same thing we did last time, except this time we're going to speed run. Fucking speed run this shit. Yep. Yep. That's fine. Just gonna open up some more wick. Trying to get that last little bit of solder out of the back, but yeah, if it doesn't want to come, that's fine. We're gonna have to end up using hot air anyway. Alright, not a problem. We'll use a little bit of hot air. We'll just Tapcon the connector. Okay, there we go. Connector is Tapcon, or Kapton, not Tapcon. We're not using concrete screws. All right. Just gotta be able to get a good grip on the potentiometer here. Okay. Come up. And let's just check our holes real quick. Look pretty straight through. Ooh, that's hot. That joystick is quite hot. But let's put my tweezers under there. Yep, you can see the tweezers right there, moving through. So it went all the way through. Tremendous. Speed run. Let us fucking go. I should have had a potentiometer ready. I'm already losing personal best pace. Okay, there we go. Board's still hot, that's fine. Doesn't matter. We're in it for the speed run. Let's go. There we go. Onto the joystick. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what? We don't even need the board holder at this point. Board holders are a waste of time. Alright, there we go. Let's get the Kapton tape off the solder. Okay, there we go. Beauty. Quick clean. Okay, clean done. Okay, thumbstick's back on. Okay. Go. Okay. Vibrators are reconnected. That's a weird thing to say, but everybody knows what I mean. Don't be disgusting about it. Okay, there we go. Battery back in. Okay. Go. Screws. Last screw. There we go. All right. Test. All right, it's off center, but uh-oh. Oh no. Something is off. I can feel it in the controller. All right. Well, damn. No speed run record today. All right. Let me switch to my drill so I can do this quicker. Something's off on the. Damn. Was really hoping for a personal best there. I can feel something off in the thumbstick. That is unfortunate. No, I don't think the potentiometer is set correctly. Damn, that sucks. Actually, come back to that in just a moment. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's alright, we'll fix it up. Okay. So here we are. Yeah, there's definitely something up with either the way it's sat or the potentiometer itself, because it's just clicking. Yeah, no, it's not sat properly, I don't think. Let's fix that. Alright, so I want to gently pry this off. As gently as possible. Okay. Yeah, the potentiometer itself is bad, I think. Yeah. Oh well, we got a bad potentiometer on that one. The world record was thwarted by faulty equipment. That's fine. We'll fix it and put a new one on. Where is my Kapton tape? Oh, here it is. I'm just going to go straight in with hot air. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's grab a different potentiometer this time. This one's faulty as well. Let's try a different one. Alright. That settled in place. No, this whole joystick's busted. It's not the potentiometer at all. Yeah, this whole joystick's got to come out. Do I have any full ones readily available? Yes, I do. Alright, whole joystick must be removed. Well, that means I can remove this potentiometer. Joystick assembly is bad, which will happen sometimes. That's fine. Alright, that does mean I am going to have to work a little smarter. Trim up this wick real quick. Unfortunately, Murloc, I don't do a whole lot of modding, so I would not be the one to ask about that. If you're part of the Facebook group that the coder joined, or the coder started rather, there's a lot of people in there that do modding. I just don't mess with it a whole lot, my friend, so I would not be the one to ask. But it is lovely to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful night. And I wish you all the best with the mod. YouTube, my friend. The same way I'm doing it online is the same way I learned. This is how I learned everything that I know about it. If you get a chance, the Facebook group I believe is called Electronics Repair Forum. You probably have to answer some questions and things like that to get accepted. But yeah, there's a great group of guys in there. A lot of people that might be able to help you with this. Alright, there we go. Joystick assembly is out. And while the board is still warm, more flux. Clean out these holes for the new joystick assembly. After I trim up, yet again, my wick. This thing eats my wick like nobody's business. It's always the controllers that eat my wick alive. Alright, there we go. Holes are all cleared up. Clean up a little bit here. This board is a mess. Alright, there we go. Board looks much better now. Let's grab a whole new joystick. All right. It's fine, I just need it to stay in place. Come in, more flux. Alright, there we go. New joystick assembly installed. Unfortunately, not the world record pace we were looking for, but it's done. And we'll just test it real quick once I tidy up and get some of this flux off the board here. I do need to drop a little bit of that right there. A little bit of that right there. Alright, we're going to come through here again and just give it a quick scrub. Try and get as much of that flux off as we can. But solder joints look nice. And yep, now we got full range of motion from the potentiometer. That's fantastic. Yeah, no more clicking. So that joystick actually went bad completely. All right. Don't often see a full joystick failure like that. Normally it will just be a potentiometer that goes bad on these, or on controllers in general, really, when you have stick drift like that, but this was a rare case where the whole joystick assembly had actually failed. This one's wanting to be a bit difficult. Yep. Alright. So now with our new joystick assembly, Alright. Battery reinstalled. Damn ribbon cable back in. Go. Okay. All right, and now go. Now that we have a fully working joystick assembly, we should be A-okay. Okay, there we go. So, now we plug it in again. All right. Yeah, much better. Now we got full range of motion. Okay, there we go. All right. And vibration test, perfect. Same thing as before. Up left, up right, bottom left, bottom right. Calibration done, stick range. Beautiful. Save changes permanently. Done deal. Another working controller. Oh, that one's on the ground now. That's fine. Alright. So, not too bad. We got the Nintendo Switch working. We got the PS5 HDMI done. We got 2 controllers fixed. That's a pretty solid day. Pretty solid night of repairs. I'm going to go ahead and get off. I'm going to put this PS5 back together, send pictures to the customer, and then I'm going to bed. Because I got football tomorrow morning. And of course, football always takes precedent. So, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Again, if you guys ever want to book a repair with me, you can go to my website, roycerepairandresale.com, click on the book online section. If you guys are looking for parts for repairs, go to my store on the same website. I have all kinds of parts there. If you don't see anything that you're looking for, reach out to me by message. I may have it lying around on the board somewhere. No matter what, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Please do all of the things. Make the algorithm go boom. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. It's been a pleasure as always, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.